Have you ever had that problem where you've been asked to make a student portfolio, showcase student work, but wondered, how do I even get started? This video is for you. Hello, I'm Herr Dab. I am a German teacher, and I'm excited to be here to share with you some ideas about how to use Google Sites in the LOTE classroom. Now, this can also include other classes as well. The examples that I'm going to show you today are a little bit more specific to foreign language, but they can be applied to other subjects as well. So, let's go ahead and talk about why would we use Google Sites? Well, let me show you a couple things. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take a peek at Google Sites. Now, Google Sites is a great place for students to present their work, but there are a couple of considerations that you want to keep in mind. The first one is security. When a student posts their work and they are publishing it to the internet, they are indeed publishing to the internet. But luckily, you can make these a little bit safer for students when they create their Google Sites. So, some of the things that I do to kind of make sure that they are saved is one, I go into the publish settings. Okay, this is after I've already published it. And I check this box here and it says request public search engines do not display my site. I go ahead and I click on that. The second thing to consider when you're doing security, and this particular menu doesn't have this, but when students hit publish, there's going to be a box that they check to make sure that the website is only viewable by people in your school district. And that usually probably, if you have managed Chromebooks, it's not going to be a problem. If you have Chromebooks or computers or other things, maybe you're working remotely or working in a school that is, you know, a little bit, not as managed, you may want to talk to your technology liaison to kind of get some specifics about posting student work to Google Sites. So the second thing that we are going to be looking at is the landing page. So as you can tell on this landing page, this is an activity that we did with my students, okay? And I showed them an example of what I wanted on their landing page. Now, on a landing page, you want to have a little bit of information, but you also, of course, don't want everything out there. Um, so what I did was I put an example of what I wanted the students to do. On the left-hand side, I put the German, and on the right-hand side, I put the English. And then I also put up some sentence starters to kind of uh, give students an idea of what to write about to present themselves to the world. Now, granted, the world is used relatively because the students are going to have managed Chromebooks, and it's basically to the class. So the landing page is important. Up top, they can put their Instagram or their Snapchat if they feel like it. They can also change this image right here. They can change that to something else. I'll go ahead and change that right now just to kind of show you how cool it is. So we have here, maybe we'll want to put a castle. In fact, one of my castles is Albrechtsburg. Um, And this particular castle is one that I got to know over in the town of, or the city of Meissen, over in Germany. And I can get that. It's not the best picture because I mostly get the Elbe River, but hey, it's there. You can change that to be other things as well. Let's go ahead and go over to the classwork because that here is very important. Now, the classwork, you can have the students do just their plain classwork. I'm considering myself using units. So having the students put their unit work on here. So I put unit one, and then uh, some other things that you might consider having them put in here is maybe having them write a summary of what they're learning in the class. And so that's kind of a cool way to do it. Another thing might be projects. Okay, some projects that you could do. You can add items here. You can upload images, movies, videos, and stuff like that that students work on. You might have them post their work to the website, I don't know, worksheets if you want to. I don't know why you do that, but you can do that. You can also have them embed Flipgrids to their website. So that's kind of cool. You can also have them use this. And now this particular suggestion is something I found out, and this is using the embedding feature. So for those of you who are technology savvy, are probably like, yeah, We know how to embed things. But the importance is that embedding something allows it to be kind of a live document. One of the tools I use in my class is Canva. We create things in Canva and we take the information from Canva and we can embed it into this. So as the students update that information, for example, this Tagebuch, for those of you who don't speak German, that is a journal. So you could have them put in here the information here that you want them to do. So if it's a journal, they can write the date, they can write a little bit of information, and then you can have them put multiple pages in there. And you can have them view their work and kind of see it grow as they are learning in class. So that's kind of a cool way to do that. So these are some examples of things that you can have them put into their folders in their portfolios. I thought, there's a lot of other different things as well. One of the things that you can do, you can have them embed a lot of things. Okay, Canva is one example. You can also have other activities embedded as well. You can have them put in images of grammar concepts that help them to understand a particular grammar concept. You can also have them import different Google Drive items. And that's important as well. The one thing on that is just make sure that whatever their Google Drive stuff is coming from does have the security settings or the viewing settings set such that you can view it on their website. So there are other things that you can do. You can put different types of displaying their information, like different blocks. These are called content blocks. And you can have them put in different layouts. And that kind of helps guide the eyes as well as give an idea about what is there on that particular item. You can also have them put different chapters. If you were to put all of the units onto one page, which would be forever long, you could teach them how to use a table of contents. You might have some sort of image carousel. When you click on that, you can go ahead and you insert a bunch of images. And then after you insert those images, they show up as a carousel. You can also teach them how to use buttons, dividers, placeholders, and those are all great. But you can also have them put on their YouTube videos. So if you had them watch a YouTube video and then write a short report about that, you could have them put that YouTube video into Google Sites and then write a description of it. There are a couple of features though when doing YouTube. You can't just have them embed YouTube stuff into there, but you can insert it as a video itself. So that's something to kind of think about. The other things are you can have them embed calendars, maps, documents, slides, sheets, forms, and charts. So all of these different things are super beneficial. I think I have benefited the most from the embedding feature. I think the embedding is just a lot of fun. Um, and there's also other ways as well. Let's go over to the pages. Now, I mentioned earlier that if you want to change this, instead of saying my classwork, you could say unit 1. Okay. You could also then put an extra page here. Let's go ahead and make another subpage. And we could say this is unit 2. Okay. So then we go ahead and do that, and we have a second page. So then the students could then keep adding more pages based on the unit. They could display their information in a nice way that is organized, and it's very accessible for family members as well. So that's kind of my idea on how to set up a Google site and how versatile it is. The best part about it is that it is free and it does incorporate a lot of different methods of showing that you know your information. I'll go ahead in the future videos, I'll go through the exact specifics about how to make something more out of this and how to design units with it, but also how to the actual steps to creating that site. So go ahead and give it a shot. Get started. Start learning Google Sites. Learn about it. There's our other videos out there. I encourage you to watch them. Some amazing teachers out there showing how to apply them into their class.